We're here, jump off, and we're about to debate. So we've got SuperMalcom, we've got Kashmir, Kymberlee Jay, Jonzi D, myself, Hakeem, Twist and Pulse, and we also got Tony Adigun, and finally on the end we've got Mr. Omar Paloma. Across the country, we have lots of different street dance championships. So Kymberlee Jay's just recently done her SAS championships. Omar's responsible for iDance, is that correct? What do people feel about all these different championships? I guess there's lots of questions here. What qualifies you to actually put on a championship? What qualifies you as a judge? How do people feel about having so many different competitions in the UK? Let's go.
To put on a street dance competition, you need to know your product. Simple as that. Say for example, Kymberlee Jay done a competition. One important thing is judges. Most of the time, those competitions, you got the wrong judge panel. You need to have the right knowledge, you need to have the street credibility as well. For me, competition I always see as a positive thing because it's all going to help you grow. And I think that's what's missing in the UK. So people can actually grow as dancers.
Are you saying the competitions we have are not good enough?
What is it that France, Germany or Japan street dance in hip hop are better dancers? Because there's competition every single month. And so they have something to look up and say, I'm going to train for that, I'm going to better myself, I'm going to beat whatever person beat me last month. And it's going to make you grow as a dancer.
It's the fact that they have a competition that's authentic. We got lots of competitions. You can't walk without tripping over a competition in the UK. The problem is that most of them, may I swear, are bullshit.
We speak a competition, we speak a bit to a certain standard, whereas everyone else sees what we have. I mean, it's true there are a lot of competitions in the UK, and a lot of them are crap. And you've got the one where the people who are in control of it don't really care about the culture, they're just doing it for money. You've got the second level, which is competitions that involve battles and showcases, but not necessarily getting the crews to battle at the same time. You've got the competitions that we tend to circle around within the underground culture, which promote exchanging, position itself, meeting new people, making new friends. That's the kind of competitions that we need more of.
How have we got so many competitions in the UK entitled the World Championships? How many world champions do we have?
Exactly.
I keep coming across a new crew every day on Facebook. We are the new world champions. How on earth are you the world champions? Because we have a competition that extends past the UK. Because we've invited Germany, the crew from Holland, we are now the world championships. This regulatory body states that we are now the official governing body of street dance, even though we wouldn't know street dance if we fell over it. So therefore we are allowed to create the world championships. In my view, in terms of street dance, especially the style of street dance from a choreographic perspective, there is only one world championships, and that is hip hop champs. Happens in Vegas, and we have all of separate countries represented through specific events. Omar runs the UK version. That has set a standard in terms of events. I called my event the SAS Championship. We had other countries outside of the UK competing. It's not a world championship.
Why did you feel you need to put on a championship?
I felt that we needed more opportunity for people to compete, to reach a standard or to recognise the standard they're at and be judged by credible people who can actually give them feedback. Whether it's positive or negative, it helps them to move forward so that actually we can advance the scene. As opposed to just putting on a championship, everybody that turns up wins a trophy. I saw a crew the other day put on Facebook, we've just come from this championship in Blackpool, wherever, our dance school won 17 trophies.
You say the events are BS, so give us a reason why.
The answers have already been said. You have people, number one, who do not come from street dance. They were doing ballroom, freestyle disco, rock and roll, line dancing, and their art, if you want to call it that, was dying. Our art was growing. They saw an opportunity to make some cash. They jumped in, and that's what it is. They just simply took whatever they took what they were doing, and they just simply relabeled it. When I started my competition, I was not really a big competition fan. The first one that we ever did was Street Dance Weekend. From that point, I started seeing all these little things that were popping up all over the UK, and I'm like, well, what is this? This has nothing to do with street dance. People running around with tassels and eyelashes like this, and you know what I'm saying? And I want to be not saying that these organizations do not have a right to exist. I'm not dissing the fact that they are doing something beneficial for dance in general. I'm simply saying they have no business in street dance. They should not be here. They should not be calling their events street dance events. I also got a bit of a bone to pick with not necessarily people in this room, but us as an industry. Unfortunately, these guys are gaining credibility for their events by using us. They stick our faces up on their website and in their videos and on their curriculum, and then they never call us again, unless of course we're still famous. We give away our credibility to these organizations, and then we try to say later on, oh well, you know, they're whack. Well, it's too late then.
Yeah, that's true.
You should have had your integrity from the beginning, not just to look after your wallet, but to look after the community that we say that we love.
Bluetooth. As Omar said, they're out of fashion. So what's the next thing that's like disco? Street dance. It comes out of the control of the people that are actually creating it and done a lot to present it as a relatively professional form. The culture comes out of it. It becomes a business. It doesn't surprise me that there's X amount of competitions going on that people are really pissed out of. It's a cash cow and they're milking it.
I thought it was about a unification of titles. Now I've just heard SuperMalcom saying the more competitions, the better.
Competitions are a really good thing.
Lots
Again,
of competitions is a good thing. Competition every month.
Have some people that know what they're doing. That's what I'm saying.
What about the judges?
Yeah,
Talk about the judges for you then, innit?
I'm mainly talking about the judges.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
know who's behind the scene, who's created that thing. All I know is I see a competition, I see a name, BDO, SEO, whatever the names are. I see the judging panel. I don't do my research and find out, oh, who's that person that organized. I see the judging panel, I say, okay, cool, let me go there.
The mixture between the judging panel and those that are entering as well.
What about prize money?
Well, prize money is always going to be enticing.
How important is that for you?
I think prize money is a good recognition because a lot of people give out trophies for no reason. I would always say money is a good thing for dancers because we don't get nothing anyway. We don't get paid for what we're doing, or if you do get paid, we get paid. Not good money. If I have to choose between money and prize, then good. But for me, at the end of it, is the recognition.
I think money is not that important. I mean, I do a lot of competition. When I go to the competition, people are like, oh, what's the prize money? I never actually know what the prize money is because I've never really focused on it. I don't really care. I'm in it for different reasons.
I remember when there weren't no competitions, yeah? But I knew some of the wickedest dancers because there'll just be a battle. Maybe certain people will hear about it, so-and-so's going for so-and-so. And then you'll just go to that club and then it will just go off at a given time. And then it might stop a little bit and then start up again, right? There was no criteria for that battle. Everybody knows who won. And even then, more time, the crews would admit defeat. They'd be like, you know what, I got took out, but I'm coming back for you. There were no judges. There was no criteria, but there was battles. And there was an energy, and there was a scene. Yes, things progress, things move on. What I think has happened is things have become quite institutionalized. The dance has lost its dance, yeah, because there was a time where we used to dance together with each other. That's cool, and then at some point you might just dance against each other and whatever. But I think people are thinking now, I want to win competitions. And if you're working within a specific criteria, I think that can also lock you in as an artist.
Absolutely.
And that's what I've got a problem with competition for. I don't know if it helps the artistry and the interpretation of you as a dancer. I feel that when there's a competition, everybody's talking and yeah, the competition's about to start, if you practice that thing, and it's like, where's the party? There's no jam.
Getting the right judges is such a strong part in it. Also the people that are taking that role as a judge and go into the competitions that we say aren't legit or whatever and still judging them, and the crews that are competing in those competitions, even if there's only 3 crews, if all 3 of them crews are not doing it right, they're still going to come first, second and third and go home thinking that they've done it right because those judges have sat in front of them and told them that it's right. But they couldn't say no one's going to win because none of you are right. So then people go home and then go away thinking that's right and carrying on, but these judges are still sitting in front of them telling them that. So it's the judges' fault as well.
It comes down to the judges paying their rent.
Competition and workshop. So the judges can actually teach the right thing.
Competitions are good. We as a community just need to own up to what we're doing wrong that's contributing to the problems that we're seeing.